Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a story of what if Naruto mastered Kurama's chakra earlier. What if Naruto gained control over Kyuubi chakra? During the month of training for the finals of the Chunin exams, what if Jiraiya taught more than summoning? Watch as Naruto takes the whole world by storm with near unstoppable power and unmatched potential, but when the chips are down, it's all or nothing against hidden threats and godlike enemies. Will he survive? Before we start, thank you for all the support, it really means a lot to me. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like, and check the description for the creator of this great fanfic. And also, as I said, I will be changing the story title to What If Naruto Power of the Tailed Beast, so don't forget that. Let's continue. Chapter 19. What? Disclaimer. I need to buy extra 1 kilogram of peace of mind. Kuretsuchi watched in horror as her fellow Iwa nin fell to the ground in 2 pieces, having fallen victim to the legendary Kubikiribocho that the blonde was holding like it was a feather. Her mind slowed to a crawl as she took in the young man's features. The strange yellow aura reminded her of how Han and Roshi looked when they were using their Biju's power, but theirs was red, and they usually lost control to an amount when using it. She could tell that the blonde was in control. The insane speed at which he moved was unfathomable to her. Not even her uncle couldn't move so fast as to disappear from her view completely. Bad choice, he said as his chakra flared, his killing intent increasing to the point that Kuretsuchi began to black out, before it suddenly vanished. Option remains. Leave now, or you will share the same fate as him. Kitsuchi knew if he didn't at least get an accurate representation of the Namikaze's power, Onoki would be very upset. I'm afraid that now that is not an option. Naruto nodded before his chakra cloak receded. Shino. The young Aburame already knew what to do. He jumped back as Naruto's hands came together in a dragon sign. Hidden Mist Jutsu, Toad Style, Amphibian Cloak Jutsu. Naruto disappeared as an exceedingly dense mist fell in on the remaining Iwa ninja. They fell into formation, backs together, as they tried to pinpoint the blonde. 1, 2. You don't have a clue. Killing intent skyrocketed. Kuretsuchi hit the ground as her legs gave out, trying desperately to breathe. Kitsuchi was doing much better. He had faced the 7 swordsmen and trained to detect enemies in a great number of ways. For a leaf ninja to have this much stealth in this jutsu is unsettling. Even more so for a young one, a 14-year-old. I can barely feel him and I can't hear him move or smell him out. 3, 4. She's on the floor. The voice continued to echo around them before the killing intent skyrocketed. Kuretsuchi, get up, I'll protect you with my life, but I need you to watch our backs. Kitsuchi shouted. Shit, she's catatonic. What's going on? I've never felt so much killing intent from one person in my life. It isn't human. 5, 6. I need my fix. Kitsuchi and his fellow Jonin began feeling woozy. Kitsuchi suddenly realized that he was covered in the Aburame's Kikaichu, but it was too late as his chakra was cut by 2/3. A quick pulse of fire chakra forced the bugs off of him and, unfortunately, onto his teammate. The man next to him wasn't any better. He had passed out from chakra exhaustion, and Kuretsuchi was still catatonic. He was able to take 2/3 of my chakra in seconds. Not even Shibi could do that. That should be impossible for one person. Thought Kitsuchi as the killing intent rose yet again. 7, 8. Too late. Kitsuchi suddenly found the broad side of the Kubikiribocho, inches from his face, before it impacted, sending him tumbling backward into Kuretsuchi, his vision swimming as he attempted to get to his feet, only to find the Kubikiribocho pointed at his throat. Kitsuchi the Earth Titan. Glad to meet you. My name is Naruto Namikaze. Tell your cage to let this slide, and Konoha won't file mission tampering charges. Naruto said as he looked down on the man, his amphibian cloak fading as he came into the view of the 2 conscious Iwa nin. I had Shino drain your chakra so you couldn't follow us. Next time, I will kill you. Kitsuchi understood. He had killed the Jonin for targeting his charges. He could kill them all, no one in Iwa would know. Thank you, I'm sorry about the trouble my ninja caused. Naruto smiled and nodded, signaling his team to move the clients. Once they were out of sight, Naruto spoke. Jiraiya made me read the bingo book cover to cover every night, for a month. It says that between you and Akatsuchi, no one is even close in earth manipulation. Why didn't you use any? Because I wanted to gauge your skill for myself, killing you would be pointless. Stated Kitsuchi, looking Naruto in the eyes. You're much faster than I anticipated, even without your Biju powers. I look forward to fighting you again. Naruto once again smiled before he disappeared to catch up with his team. Kitsuchi had a small smile on his face. The Red Death and the Yellow Flash, huh? Yeah, this generation will definitely surpass us. Kiri, what's the latest report? Mei asked as she looked over her battle charts. We have a strong following in the south and west sections of the island and we are growing in strength in the east section, but Yagura still holds firm in the north and central areas. Stated Ao as he read through reports. The supplies that Konoha is giving us are keeping our ninja strong. It will only be a matter of time before we move to take the north sector. Kumo. 3 hours later arriving at the gates, Team 7 as well as Hinata and Hanabi found themselves in awe of the two towering mountains that made up the gateway of Kumo. The 4 guards stationed at the gate, 2 on each side, became wary of the fact that a large group of Konoha ninja were simply walking towards them, especially when they saw both who was leading the group, as well as who it was they were escorting. The main family of the Hyuga were being escorted by Konoha's Squad 1, led by Naruto Namikaze. Oh fuck this. I'm not getting involved with any of this. Said one of the Chunin. Good, you don't have to. Yugito said as she made her way to meet the group, Team Hachibi behind her. If you would all follow me to the Raikage Tower. It's good to see you again Naruto-kun. Konoha, this guy is a fucker. Thought Fu as she sat in the large office of Kakashi Hatake. The only problem was, Kakashi was out on a mission, meaning that she was having her bi-weekly meeting with Danzo Shimura. I see in the reports of your last mission that you fought without using your Biju's chakra. Stated Danzo bluntly. I didn't need it. It was just a bandit camp. There weren't even any missing ninja there. Replied Fu as reserved as she could be. She had smarted off to the man once and had experienced the darkest killing intent of her life, and for some reason, Chome had gone silent. Danzo simply nodded. Good. Then you are progressing rapidly under Namikaze's direction. If I may ask, why do some people call him Namikaze and some people call him Uzumaki? Fu asked. She had asked the team, but they didn't really know either. Danzo sat back into the chair and huffed. Namikaze is his true name, after his biological father. For most of his life, he was called Uzumaki, both the clan he belongs to and his mother's maiden name. My understanding is that because he has yet to change the name on paper and truly accept his father's name, some still call him Uzumaki. When Fu didn't respond, Danzo continued. I believe my need for you is no longer prevalent. Get your rest, tomorrow you have training. Oto Orochimaru was not pleased. In the last 2 months, he had lost Kimimaro, had nearly lost Kabuto, who was still going through treatments for his chakra poisoning, though imbuing him with Jugo's cells seemed to be curing it. He had lost the Sound 4, who really were expendable, but with the losses from the failed invasion he was low on troops. And to top it all off, his most recent acquisition was not very good at cooperation. Sasuke-kun, you were so eager to join me, and now you have no want to grow stronger. Why is that? Questioned Orochimaru. I won't grow stronger under you. I'll just be given power that isn't mine. I don't want to be weak like you. Stated Sasuke from the small cot in the cell he was currently locked in. Weak. How dare you call me weak, boy? I am Orochimaru's strongest of the Sannin. Even cages are afraid of me, and you believe I am weak. You couldn't even touch Itachi as you are. Yelled Orochimaru in rage, and I am the weak one. Last time I checked, neither could you. This curse mark was clouding my vision, now that it's sealed I can see clearly. Your 2 best soldiers, hell 7 of your best soldiers, fell to the Dobi. If that's anything to go by, you're cannon fodder compared to Jiraiya. Stated Sasuke with a smirk. Very well. Stated Orochimaru, much too evenly for the rage he had contained moments ago. If you won't join me willingly, I'll just break you, just like I did to my last host. Unknown location, you mean to tell me that Taki just gave away their Jinchuriki? And to Konoha no less. Questioned Pain as Kakuzu and Hidan knelt before him. Yes sir, she had been banished due to the Kyuubi Jinchuriki gaining full control of his Biju's chakra. They believed that she too could gain full control and were afraid she might retaliate for her poor treatment, so they banished her and sent to Konoha that she was theirs for the taking. Stated Kakazu. Inform Itachi and Kisame. The Kyuubi was their target along with the Gobi. They will get the 2 Jinchuriki in Konoha, you will get the Gobi and Nibi. Kumo, I'll admit, Hyuga Dono, I was not expecting you to come for the final negotiation. Stated as he stood behind his desk. And to be guarded by the infamous Squad 1, I'm rather fascinated by this whole arrangement. No disrespect Raikage-sama, but the wounds to the Hyuga and the leaf over my brother are rather fresh. Stated Hiyashi plainly. Squad 1 is here for the protection of my children, who will be sitting in on these talks to better understand politics. I nodded. A good idea. I too sat in quiet a few talks alongside my father while he was Raikage. If you do not mind Raikage-sama, could we begin the negotiations? I would like to get the formalities in the books before our actual meeting tomorrow. Stated Hiyashi, using one of his most well-guarded secret political moves, with both of our time so valuable, and the chance that my family might have peace being quite alluring, I would like to begin the intended processes. This caught off guard. He had prepared for drawn-out negotiations in which the Hyuga would try to suck them dry, much like they had been after the botched abduction mission. He was not prepared for such a fast-paced meeting as the Hyuga was indicating. Very well. As per custom, you may have one guest and 2 bodyguards. Hanabi will be my guest for the evening. I believe that young Inuzuka and young Aburame will be my guards. Stated Hiyashi as he turned to Naruto. Hinata will be in your charge. I would like the other members of your team well rested, as they will be watching Hanabi tomorrow. Naruto nodded and looked to the Raikage. With your permission, sir, there is a jutsu I have been working on, and would like a training ground rented to my team. I grinned widely as he observed the young Namikaze. Lean and powerful frame that seemed to carry the legendary Kubikiribocho like it was paper, obviously built around speed and power, and his posture held the calm confidence that his father had. Indeed, a very dangerous opponent, taking every opportunity to train. Yugito, bring them to their rooms, then to training ground 0. A shocked look came over Yugito's face before she schooled herself. Of course Raikage-sama. Konoha Hiruzen sat at his desk, several scrolls spread across the work surface as he once again looked over both the Ninja Academy reports and the Genin tests. It seemed that the sabotage was not limited to just Naruto. The curriculum and teaching standards had been severely altered, with large amounts of material removed. The cover-up was very well executed as well. All the clan heirs had their clan backing. Sakura was the daughter of 2 of the incredibly intelligent fighters, and Sasuke had been pampered by a great amount of the village. The classes in the last 3 years had been the same way, mostly clan ninja with some civilians sprinkled in, and it wasn't a surprise when civilian ninja failed. That was why there was no civilian ninja in this group. The entire academy was sabotaged. Which meant that this problem ran far deeper than he had thought. The curriculum itself had been changed without his permission and without the consent of the headmaster. A knock at the door brought him out of his thoughts as he called the knocker in, seeing none other than Danzo walk in and take a seat as the door closed. Hiruzen. There is something I must come forward to you with. It can wait. Sarutobi said as he turned the scrolls to face the seemingly crippled man. Tell me what these 2 reports lead you to assume. Danzo, being put off at the unusual seriousness of his rival, began reading. As time passed, he became more and more tense. Looking up from the second scroll, it was clear they had come to the same conclusion. In the last 4 years, as well as the current class, neither could recall a single civilian child passing the true Genin exam other than Rock Lee, who had help from Maeda Guy his final year. Hiruzen. The curriculum and teaching methods had to have changed 5 years ago. Stated Danzo, who couldn't make heads or tails of any other possible explanation. We both know of only one event that happened in the last 5 years that would have been widespread enough to cover such a dramatic change without anyone noticing it. Stated Hiruzen as he took a drag from his pipe. Yes. And, unfortunately, only 4 people would have had the authority and power to make this change. Stated Danzo, his lone eye boring into Sarutobi's. Nara wouldn't do such a thing, and neither would Hiyashi. Hiruzen hung his head. He knew what Danzo meant. The only 2 people that could have done this were his old teammates. Anbu. Bring the Elder Council here at once. In handcuffs. They are under arrest until a case can be filed and an investigation started. Suna. This is unsettling news. Stated Baki, the head Jonin and current head of Shinobi Affairs until a new cage was appointed. Indeed. Konoha is in talks with Kumo over a peace treaty, and our reports indicate that they have been assisting Mist in their civil war. Stated another counselor. This is most disturbing. At no point in history have 4 of the great nations been in alliance with each other. Stated an elder councilman. We are the odd man out with Konoha. We must do something that solidifies the alliance. We cannot be without allies at this point in time. Iwa will walk all over us without another village beside us. Said another. There is only one way to ensure that Konoha stays by our side. Gaara isn't ready yet. He needs time to grow stronger and mature until we elect him, otherwise it will be seen as weakness. Stated Baki as he sat up in his chair. What we need is to offer an alliance to Konoha and Kumo. No. A political alliance. We need to propose a marriage contract. Realm of the Shinigami. Ah, she's so cute. Look at her blush whenever Naruto gets close. Gushed Kushina as she watched her son sparing the young Hyuga in one of Kumo's training grounds, before turning to Minato. Too bad he is seemingly more dense than his half-wit father was at that age. Now honey, in my defense, you did try to kill me when I finally did ask you out. Stated Minato sweetly, making Zabuza sweat drop. This is so far past messed up that it's starting to make sense. Though the former swordsman. I was pissed it took you so long. Oh god. That poor girl is going to have to grow a backbone with our dumb-ass son. Stated Kushina melodramatically. And look at how well she's developing, she's just like Hitomi. There are going to be so many idiots after her, and our slack-jawed little shit can't take a hint. Pretty mean about your son. Stated Zabuza. You, fuck off, I don't need advice from a sharp-toothed little bitch who got his ass handed to him by little Kakashi. Kushina snapped as her hair started to levitate around her. Zabuza, I suggest you run. Stated Minato as he slowly backed away. There is only one way this ends, and you definitely don't want to see it. Taking his advice, Zabuza turned and ran, but not fast enough to avoid the redhead shouting at her husband. And get on your back. Mama wants to go on her favorite ride, and Mama's ride better be rough. I wanna be sore in the morning, or Makoto-chan is never joining us again. With Naruto, a chill went through Naruto's body, forcing him to take a hit to the arm from the surprisingly fierce Hyuga, rendering his elbow and hand useless from the chakra burst sent into his bicep. Needing space, Naruto leapt back, swinging the flat side of his blade at the Hyuga heiress, forcing her to back away or be cut apart. Holy shit, that hurts. That's way more painful than the gentle fist. Guess its name is pretty accurate. I wonder who would win in a fight between her and Choji. Naruto thought as his arm hung limply at his side. And why does it feel like I'm slightly sorry for dad? Are you okay, Naruto-kun? Questioned Hinata, who was breathing hard from her earlier assault. The brutal fist still takes more out of me than I have to give. I wish I had Naruto-kun's stamina. Bending me over and, Hinata. Are you alright? You're blushing again. Naruto asked, unaware of the fact that Hinata, not for the first time on this long day, was fantasizing about him. Hinata. Ah. What? Oh, sorry Naruto-kun, I was thinking about. A move I could try. Stated Hinata, covering her tracks very well. Can we rest now? I'm rather hungry from the day. Oh, sure. Let's go ask the locals where a good place to eat is. Naruto suggested as he motioned her back towards the village. I'm on a date with Naruto-kun. Hinata thought happily before she fell into step next to him. However, neither of them noticed the man standing on the mountain overlooking the training ground. The boy is strong, though he seems to be quite dense. I see it now, she wants a kiss, but gets a bow. How sad to see young love deny, so I will help number 9. B thought as he took off. That was just terrible. Just don't do anything stupid, please. Kumo Council Chambers, and for the final request from the Kumo side. I wish to have a no-holds spar with Naruto Namikaze. Stated A as he leaned back slightly. He had gotten almost everything he had wanted in the initial negotiations and really just wanted to see what the son of the Yellow Flash could do. Hiashi was taken aback, and if the slight reactions from his guard were anything to go by, so were they. Why this request? I fail to see the validity of such an inquiry, Raikage Dono. To tell the truth, I wish to see for myself Konoha's next generation. Namikaze seems to be the strongest of his generation by far. Stated A, during the last non-aggression period, my father face off against Jiraiya of the Sannin. I simply would like the same deal. To the surprise of most of the room, it was Shino who had spoken first. Excuse me, Raikage-sama. But in all due respect, Naruto Taicho does not spar. He seems to not know the meaning of the word. I did not miss the wince from the Aburame, nor the motion that the Inuzuka showed when she rubbed her shoulder, remembering a certain blonde and a certain axe kick. Splendid, then I don't have to worry about him hiding his strength. Stated with a rather calming smile. I will bring it up to him. However, I would like to know what you would be placing against such a request as compensation. You must understand that I am quite aware that a cage versus a special Jonin is an outrageous mismatch. Stated Hiyashi. If the boy decides to join me in a spar, I will not only hand over a B-ranked jutsu that I believe would be helpful to his growth. I will return your brother's belongings to you. Watch, listen, review and do this shit up like we all know what we are doing. Thanks for listening. I hope you guys liked it. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like for more what ifs and support the author. See you guys in the next video.